What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be going through the three trades I made on the NASDAQ 100. I would say three of the trades were actually losing trades, but it's important to note how the NASDAQ basically played within my zone completely, like to the T. And you can look at yesterday's video to see that the charts haven't been moved in terms of the length of the chart, in terms of the zone, but I only stretched it to get more of the date. And you see that the NASDAQ 100 basically plays within my zone. To some extent, it kind of breaks out of the zone, but that's like what you call like a false breakout. But after that, it definitely played within the zone here. And then you can check yesterday's video to see that I didn't adjust it at all. So this zone is actually pretty valid, I would say, because you can see two rejections here from the zone and also a rejection here on the zone. You can call this a second one as well. It looking like we're going to actually break down lower, like you're actually seeing it form out, like we're about to break down lower. And then this zone will be a zone where basically the market will come up and then bounce off of it down aggressively, and I'll be looking for sells there. That's one of the reasons why I entered a sell position today, but I had the first trade at 8. This is 8. You should be seeing let me move my camera so you can move my video. Ooh, sorry about that. Let me always set this up like that, and then the video is moved. Okay, so you see I entered here at 8:54. So let me actually make it kind of bigger so it's better to see. So I entered here at 8, right, to the buy side. So I was looking for a reversal, thinking it would bounce off basically close to the middle of the zone and then go up. It did that, but it actually hit my stop loss before it did that, and I wasn't trying to risk too much. But then on the last one, I actually went ahead and risked bigger, and then that ended up hitting me out before it actually did that push down, which is very interesting. I like to see that, even though I was wrong for the moment. If I had allowed more space for the trade to play out, I would have made money on that trade today. So first trade I entered at 14,316 at 8 o'clock. So I entered to the buy side here, and then I got stopped out within what, 3 minutes, as this candle basically pushed down and proved that I was wrong. And that's fine. That was a total loss of $18 there, but it's just having the measured risk with it, because I lost 3 trades today, but that is still basically one win from the previous day. So one win of a previous day would cover all of these losses. So I basically need one win tomorrow, and that will put me back in profits or break even on the 2 days at least. So the first trade was this one where I lost $18. The second trade I entered to the buy side again, kind of stubborn, I would say. So kind of stubbornly I entered to the buy side again, thinking this was the time for a reversal. You can see that a reversal was forming. How do I see that a reversal is forming? Just by the way the candles are wicking, but you don't know exactly at what level they're going to actually reverse. So the candles started to form a level, so I'm like, okay, this might be a reversal candle. But then when it broke down, it didn't even break down, it hit me out on the same candle. So as it began to close lower, that's where it came right up, right down, and hit me out for a total loss of 29.70. So you can see I entered here to the buy side and got stopped out here, keeping my stop loss relatively tight. And you'll see that the bottom of the trade, essentially where I had the stop loss, was where the previous candle's low. So I'm just saying, okay, if it goes against me in that way, I'm wrong and I'm willing to just leave the trade, right? So that's the second trade that I made. So First trade, a lose of $18. The second trade, a loss of $29. And the final trade now was a big loser. This one was like, it was like I could tell the market might go down lower after that. But I'm like, keeping the discipline, I'm not going to trade this again. Sorry about that. Keeping the discipline, I'm not going to force the trade. So I made 3 trades and I just like made up my mind. I'm done for the day. I'm not trading anymore. Right. So I entered on this 945 candle and no, I entered on the 945 candle. But then this wick up was the fake out. Look at this wick up. So this wick up was a nice fake out. But you can see it was close to it was basically the top. It was the top of the market and I entered for a sell. But then just not having enough room for the trade basically wiped me out. Because you can see we had a huge move down, at least 100 pips down. Times that by 3, that would have been $300 on this trade if I just took it down to 1130. But then let me show you where my stop loss got hit out, and this was a loss of 71. So you see, I assumed a lot of risk here, I would say. So that's what I didn't like. That was a huge amount of risk to me, to risk to make $300. I don't think that's really worth it. But you can see it was closer to the top of this candle. I would have to set it at what, 14385 wouldn't have got me hit out, and that would have been a max risk of, let me see, so 14385 minus 14352, 33, so 33 pips times 3, a max risk of 99 essentially to make that makes sense. That's a 3-to-1 risk reward. So I'm risking one position to make 3 times that position, and it would have actually hit. So would have been a good trade. I didn't force it after that because I'm already made 3 losing trades. I'm like, all right, I already broke my rules here in the point where I traded pre-market, so I exhausted 2 of my room for mistake for the day, I would say. So I just didn't even force it. And also, it was trading at the zone. I'm just learning how to trade the zone. Where you can see after breaking out of the zone, it quickly came right back into the zone, right? It was like a easy false breakout. And then something like this, from what I've been noticing, the market tends to kind of play into the zone before it starts to break down. And I can actually show you another example on the same chart where the market did the same thing. You can see the market playing into the zone here before breaking down. The market respected the zone here. Sometimes the market will just go straight through the zone and then the zone becomes like a level of resistance. But then this time it's looking like the market found a top here and we're gonna keep pushing down. So I'm kind of looking for sells tomorrow. Let's look for some sells at 9:30 or coming into 9:30. If it's going to be a bearish market, there's going to be a big bullish move to just clear out everybody, and then it starts to take you down from here. And interestingly, let's even mark, wow, this is okay. So 9 minutes in, if you watch the video this far, we're at 14,253, and within tomorrow and Friday, if we don't break above this zone, we are going to hit 13,980 very quickly. That's my belief. So I'm actually gonna draw it and then I'll use this as the thumbnail because I believe I'm gonna be right. So let's see. Let's draw a path down to this zone, right? Ooh, no, that's enough. So basically, that's like a $300, 300 pip move. I'll hit it tomorrow. So we're gonna take a trade off of this zone, take it to the downside, just as the market will probably fill this gap, because there's something called a fair value gap or a gap fill, where the market has to kind of fill the gap before running up. So I think it might fill this gap. This was the NVIDIA gap, so it might fill this gap and then it starts to bounce up after that, and then that's how it kind of confirms the uptrend. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. I'll be trading this tomorrow on both platforms, and you can check it out in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.